Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to our Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. All right, NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Black's Tire 250 from Richmond tonight. The 18th race of the Truck Series at Richmond International Raceway. Race 17 of the 2026 schedule, excuse me. Picks are 8 and 8. Not great, not horrible. A lot of interesting storylines in the Truck Series this year. We've seen Corey Hine come in and win as a part-time driver. We've seen Lane Riggs go on a dominant run here with 5 wins. We had the passing of Kyle Busch, who had won the Truck Series this week before. We've had a lot of great drivers taking over the 7 truck, including this week. So we've seen a lot of different things going on in the Truck Series with 2 races left until the chase begins. We've got Richmond and then New Hampshire, and then we begin the chase. All right, the Black's Tire 250, 187 miles, 250 laps around Richmond, 3 stages, 70, 70, and 110. Fuel window 85 to 100. So basically, pit stop at the end of each first and second stage. Possibly, you might have some people trying to stretch that final stage. Depends on cautions. 5 sets of tires. The lunch up tires matter. If tires don't matter, fuel is going to be the key here. Since the Truck Series returned to Richmond in 2020, they've had 6 races. 4 of those 6 winners started in the top 5. 2 of the last 4 winners started second, and we do have qualifying practice later on today, so we'll know who those drivers will be that's going to start up front. Qualifying does matter. All right, we have some interesting. I was not interesting. We have some part-timers in the field. In the number 2 truck, we have Destiny Spurlock making her start in the Truck Series. I'm hoping that, as talented as she is, she's able to find a pretty decent ride and get some good starts and get some experience and kind of build herself up in the Truck Series. Um, just like Tony Brinder, I hope she comes back and gets some more starts. Same way with Haley Deegan. I know she's supposed to make some starts this year for Magnata Hilgeman. We'll see what happens in the chase with that. In the number 5, we have returning Corey Hine. We know Corey Hine will be full-time in the Cup Series next year. He's got just 2 Cup wins this year and 2 Truck wins as well. Hopefully next year, even though he's in the Cup Series, he can still do some stuff with Tracon Garage. In the number 7, IndyCar.com Chevrolet Silverado for Star Motorsports, we have Shane Van Gisbergen. After his run last week at Iowa, the way he's been running in the Truck Series, it's been absolutely awesome to see. Watching him finish 3rd at Watkins Glen, which is the road course, I get it. 15th in Charlotte, and then 3rd at North Wilkesboro a couple weeks ago. Look for a good run from him here. It's close to picking him to win. I can see Shane getting a win in the Truck Series. That would be absolutely awesome. Then he would be one of 45 drivers to win all 3 NASCAR's top series. In the number 25, Ram, the All-Star Truck, Ram Public Racing, the return of hometown boy Elliott Sadler. Well, this was first announced. I didn't know how to process. I'm like, Elliott Sadler. So it's a pretty big deal seeing Elliott Sadler come back and race for a Ram truck. So I know he's not going to win. Yeah. I mean, could he? I mean, yeah. But it'd be kind of cool to see him. It'd be cool to see him back on track. As long as he's having fun, that's all that matters. The number 62, we got Christopher Bell. That's Stuart Friesen's second team for Hallmark Friesen. And then we have making his Truck Series debut, 16-year-old Tristan McKee. His first truck start ever. He's 16 years old, 11 days. He'll be the second youngest ever to start in the Truck Series. I mean, yeah, he's a 16-year-old kid, but he's had a pretty decent season so far. He's kind of like the next big thing coming up. 15 starts in the ARCA Series in the last 2 years. Only 7 wins. I mean, he could have won all of them. I mean, hey, 11 top 5s and 12 top 10s. This is the next guy for Spire Motorsports. This is the guy they signed that they're developing. This is the next Corey Hine, the next insert name here, guy. And it's going to be cool to watch his career as he builds that up. I know Michael McDowell recently said that he is racing in Cup until Tristan's ready. So, which kind of leads me to believe that there's kind of either a contract or he or Michael knows something that's kind of as Spire continues to build the seven car. Got Daniel Suarez right now, maybe Suarez for a few more years. The 71 is kind of going to be that Dallas keeping it warm for Tristan, and then obviously they signed Carson long term in the number 77. So it's going to be fun to see what he can do. Obviously, expectations need to be, he's not going to go out and win. Let's just keep the expectations low, have a good day, run all the laps, and learn. And that's exactly what he needs to do. All right, the last four chart races at Richmond. Adam Jeske average finish 2.0 in a win. Chandler Smith 5.0 with a win. Corey LaJoy one race finished fifth. Gio Ruggiero one race finished sixth. Corey Himes 7.0 in a win. Brandon Finger 7.5. Christian Eckes 8.25 and Lane Riggs 9.0. The same four races average running position. Ty Majeski 3.83. Chandler Smith 4.46. Corey Himes 5.15. Christian Eckes 5.56. Brandon Finger 6.94, Lane Riggs 7.54, Ben Rhodes 9.19, Tyler Ankrum 11.65. If we look at just the last two races at Richmond for the Cup Series, Ty Majeski average finish of 1.5 and a win. Yeah, Ty's pretty good on short tracks, but we know a couple of years ago they had that little issue at Milwaukee where they were penalized because they had whatever it was for it to slow leak the pressure in the right rear tire, and that way it didn't overinflate and cause issues with the truck. Yeah, why somebody like Ty Majeski needs to do that, I don't know. But we remember that a couple years ago. So keep the they haven't really. I mean, they're running okay this year. I mean, they're sixth in points, but it's like they're not really been that big time truck like they have in the past. So let's keep an eye on him and see what he can do tonight. Lane Riggs 4.0, Corey LaJoy one race finished fifth, Gio Ruggiero one race finished sixth, Christian Eckes 7.0, Ben Rhodes 7.5, Corey Hunt 8.5, and Grant Enfinger 8.5. Those two races average running position, Corey Hunt 4.27, Lane Riggs 4.64, Ty Majeski 4.83, Christian Eckes 4.89, Grant Enfinger 5.84, Christian Eckes 7.55, Ben Rhodes 7.59, and Tyler Anker 9.73, which he's going to need a good run. All right, as we are two races away from the chase, seven-race chase for the championship, Lane Riggs leads away with 5 wins, followed by Kane Honeycutt with a win, Chandler Smith with 2 wins, Christian Eckes and Gio Ruggiero. They were all 5 locked into the 2026 chase. On the outside looking in, now 10 drivers make the chase. We have Ty Majeski plus 80. If he can just hold serve, he will lock into the chase. If you remember, the most points that you can get in a weight race weekend is 76, and if you the minimum is 1. So long as you're plus 76, you will lock yourself in. Ben Rhodes plus 43, Brandon Finger plus 26. Then we get to the fun times. Daniel Hemrick plus 14, Stuart Friesen plus 8, Tyler Ingram minus 8, and Jake Garcia minus 32. Ooh, we had a little tight battle there. Now, obviously, we know Tyler Ingram. We've seen stats here. He's got an average running position in the last 2 races at Richmond, 9.73. So he does run well here. He could get into being provisionally into the chase when this race is over. Depends on how Stuart Friesen does. Now, the 4 packs. Before I get there, the 3 full-time Ram charts now. That 4 chart number 10 with Corey LaJoy. We know Daniel Dash started the season, so he's like 20-something in points. Right now, we have Brendan Queen 14th in points, minus 43. Make it 43 points in 2 races. Yeah, he could. Likely, he will not. Justin Haley 15th, minus 59, and Vinny Terrell 19th, minus 140. So I don't believe a Ram truck will make the 2026 chase. I don't think that's completely a bad thing. I think that team, because Ram came in with a brand new team, some trucks and colors, that there was going to be that learning curve, and I think everyone knew that, including Chris Rice has talked about it. So I think this year has been a success. They get their feet wet, they get the program, and again, there's no sim. There's really nothing to rely on except for any notes that Colin has been able to get from people. They had no notes for the truck series at all. Zero notes for the truck series. The first truck race was in the ram. So I think it's been a successful season, to be honest with you. I look for big gains next year from him. I know with Dodge not going to come in the Cup Series. I think obviously Pollock will have to do that in 2027, which I think they will. I think the announcement comes at Daytona weekend. They will have, I think, and I've said this online a few times, they'll have their two charter cars, plus they'll run a third full time open entry, and then probably a part time fourth one. I definitely see that for 2027 in the Cup Series and Dodge returning. All right, so the four picks. First pick, gotta go with Lane Riggs. Coming off the win last week. Was it last week that Lane won? Or no, his teammate won last week. No, Lane won last week. Okay, his teammate won the week before. Should two short tracks in a row here. Lane second and a first. Yeah, Lane Riggs. He's got to be one of the picks. Um, 5 of his 10 career wins came on tracks 1 mile or less. He's got the win this year at IRP. He's won at Bristol before, so yeah, he's a short track guy. 5 wins on the season. Second pick is going to be Corey Heim. Anytime he's in the field, even though he's won, half the races, truck races he's entered this year, 3 of 6, you got to pick him. Ty Majeski for what he's done here. 1.5 average finish with a win in the last 2 races. He did finish third at IRP. He finished second at Dover. So he is a short track guy. And then Corey Ty Majeski. And then I'm going with Lane Riggs' teammate Chandler Smith. With that win in New Hampshire, finished fourth last week at IRP. Third at Nashville this year, second at Bristol. So yeah, he is definitely a short track guy as well. So the 4 picks are Lane Riggs, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Chandler Smith. As always, thanks for watching Grandma Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a stuffy day. Grandma Sports Show, your Egypt leader in sports channel content.